Let's see. I ran out of notes again. So wonderful. I love having none of them. And I know where he is already. This way. Normal Maelstrom. I'm pretty sure that Heroic Maelstrom should, like, give normal Arcanite or something. I mean, I don't hate that I have to go back here, but at the same time, I kind of do hate it. No, you asked. Come back. This is high skill gameplay. My right mouse button is gonna wear out. I wish that fights got harder the longer they went on instead of easier. I mean, like, if you broke apart, it actually caused them to become more difficult instead of, like, easier. Because, like, as it is now, if you break a tail in just about any fight, it becomes substantially easier to win. And there's some fights where, like, if you break, or like, for instance, Charog, if you break a vent, it's, like, substantially easier to beat him. Aw, man. I thought I was gonna be all cool. What the fuck? Oh, broke a vent. Huh. fish died. Whatever. No, you ass! Yeah, exactly. Old Helene was the shit. Hi, pupper. You gonna sleep under? She got to meet a bunch of kids today. Oh, what is this? Oh, what the shit? Alright, I'll be right back. My puppy threw up at some point, and I don't know when, so I need to find out, because my dad had to pull some mushrooms out of her mouth earlier, and I'm wondering if she, yeah, so I'll be back in a minute. No, because it was under. I don't know.
Huh. Is she okay?
She's laying down.
She seems okay?
Yeah. But I noticed because she walked, because the first time that she's left this bed, she got up and went over here, and I looked down and I was like, oh, what are you up to? And I thought she was going to sleep on my feet again, as usual. And then I saw her go around here and start sniffing, and I was like, what are you sniffing at? And then I looked down, and that's what it was, so.
So it may not have even been her.
That's possible, but that's one of her spots,
Well, the reason I say that is because it looks like pretty well-formed kibble.
Well, she ate some of Fenn's kibble earlier.
Oh.
You know?
We're going to look at this.
But I think if she threw up, then...
Okay, so we got some string. We got... What the heck is this?
What?
Well, it's always good when it's a puppy.
To look in.
To look.
See what it is. Oh.
What is that?
Looks like maybe a mushroom.
Yeah. So good, girl. That's what we want. We want a bark feed because better an empty house and an angry tenant.
I bet she threw up as soon as she got in from the outside.
Might have.
You know, that's what I would think.
So that's good. She'll be feeling better. Let me get a wet towel. Yeah, betcha. That's what that was. Good, I just pray to be with Spectra and keep her healthy and
Well, if she threw up, then
help this be okay.
I'm sure she's fine, Mom, if she threw up.
Doesn't hurt.
There's no scab at all left here. It's just a little bald spot. And some irritated
Foam
skin.
is exposed.
The what?
The foam.
Oh,
This bed needs to be made again. Are you gonna do
yeah.
that or?
Yeah, I know. That's why it's all ripped up like this.
Yeah, she can't be left unsupervised over this.
Oh, I know.
This makes me really nervous.
Good girl.
Okay, honey.
Oh, thank you. Oh, some of this one is off. Good.
So these are Spectra barf towels, whatever towels you need.
Okay,
Where do
thank you.
want them?
In her box or something?
And this one too. All right.
Good girl. Alrighty, I'm back. She threw up a mushroom. And some kibble that she stole from our big dog. Because she's a little poop head. Do I even want to make anything? Don't know if I want to make anything, really. Did I ask what a meme? Did I max these? No, I didn't even make them. Doing it, to be honest. This is the dumbest thing that you can possibly do in the game, I think. Like, if someone had to pick a build that's, like, just totally horrible, it would probably be this. Let's see here. There's no good chest with the right cell on it. But I guess savagery is decent, but I don't really give a shit about it, so I guess this. And then I need to find like all my pike cells, but I can't pull them off right now, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna have to like make a shitty build out of this. Wait, that's 3 acidic. So I don't have anything good to put in that. I'm just gonna even leave it empty. Who gives a fuck? That's not what I want. I don't give a fuck about that. Alright. Fuck it, let's go. I'm gonna regret this so much. Shit, I can't dye my top. Wow, I'm like a fucking weird ass psychedelic spike color person. I don't even know. I seriously doubt that I can even kill this with this setup. But I don't care. I'm gonna become the best Chainblade wound Chainblade player ever. This is gonna be my main. You can tell I'm tired. And I'm out of pie, which is not okay. It's a travesty. Also, I bet that the new behemoth is gonna have maybe Wild Frenzy. It's like the only offensive cell I could find that doesn't have an armor set yet. Wild Frenzy and I think Overpower, actually. I think those are the only two things that aren't on armor yet. Either that or they're bringing out its own keywords, but who knows. But my guess is Wild Frenzy and Overpower, which, well, if it's not elemental. Get wrecked. Look at all those numbers, I'm so good. Oh my god. Oh, that was cool. Oh, this isn't heroic. I'm fine, never mind. What am I thinking? Oops. Oops. Oh, that was unfortunate. I was hoping I could keep the spin up and dodge everything. Easy iframe. Oh, that curves. Interesting. Oops. Oops. Alright. Oh. Okay. Cool. High skill gameplay. Yeah, suck it. You can't reach me up here, can you? What are you gonna do about it? That's what I thought. Nothing. You can't do anything. Worth it. Ha! What? No. Okay, good. I can't do any damage. That was real close. Oh, am I shocked? I didn't even get hit recently. Wow, run away, bitch. Be scared of these wound blades. I'm like an animu. Nope. Haha. I'm a literal animu. I'm gonna have to like get a costume that looks just as edgy as my weapons. Or just absolutely horrible. One or the other. Like no consistency or like no theme at all. Just garbage. But this is pretty edgy though. If I've made the spikes the same color as these things, that would be pretty good, I think. Nobody's ever seen this many wounds before though. Look at that. In rage number 1. Just so easy. I love when iframes don't work as intended. What the, yeah, what are iframes actually? Come to think of it. No. This is how the pussy do. 'Cause I knew that was gonna happen. That was high skill right there. Easy. Ooh, Get wrecked. Oh. No, please don't do it. Don't do it. I surrender. What an ass. Oh, nope. No! You ass! This is the most annoying thing to do, is try to pick up a fucking heal in Shockjaw or any Zaga fight. Like, I think these pylons seriously detract from the game as a whole. They're not... Oh my god. Like, the attacks per second that this thing puts out are so much higher than anything else. And the fact that there's shock on top of it, it's like... So much damage, dude. Oh my god, look at it. And then, like, just when you start to hit them, because, you know, I've been... Like, oh, I thought that would kill them. Fuck me. Oh, fuck me, actually, though. What the... Bro, chill. Okay, shoot. Please shoot. Thank you. Don't. Please. Okay. Why did you do? No. I haven't. Look at that, though. I had him, like, all wounded and everything. I don't know why I would ever use a controller in this game. It feels the same, like... Well, no, it doesn't feel the same. It feels less accurate to me. I do literally no damage. I got, like, one break that entire time. God damn it. Why are people not doing normal? I need Arcanite for my chain blades. Cool. This guy will carry me. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, never mind. This might not go well. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe. This guy's like instantly ready. Okay, cool. He's got like the worst possible items equipped, except the sword, but that's okay. That is totally okay. I am not in a position to be judging equipment choices at the moment. Alright. You know, now that I've committed to, at least until the new weapon comes out in a couple days, to being a wound blade main, like, I need all the help I can get, dude. It's just, you know, I mean, I think I'm even gonna max out weighted strikes. So I'm booping and shit. Like, I'm gonna be the ultimate misguided support player. I'm gonna have absolutely no like function in the party apart from like making wounds way later than I should be and booping things that could be booped otherwise. It's just the best. This is what happens when you get bored. And I'm not even going to use savagery. I'm literally not going to put any damage spells in. That's, I think, the best way to play the game right now, you know, because the game punishes you for trying to play and like build intelligently by not letting you build intelligently. So I just won't. Like, the game wants me to be a complete idiot and use the dumbest possible stuff because that's like what it's convenient to do. I'm going to do it. Like, the devs thought it was a good idea to put like garbage cell types in armor and then give them like have like, you know, elemental resistances take up, you know, the armor of like everything. I'm gonna just do it. From now on, I'm gonna play the game how the devs mean it to be played, which is with the worst possible cells you could ever imagine. Like, you have to actually, okay, so I like the devs, at least the ones that I've seen, but you have to wonder, like, how disconnected they are from the game. TTV, if you're watching this, I apologize for telling the story, but a certain somebody had plus 11 medic. Alright? A developer had plus 11 medic. And they didn't realize that it was bad to do that. So, like, some people are definitely, in the dev team, are, like, definitely out of touch with the game, you know? And it makes me wonder, like, when they thought that elemental resistances would be good to put on armor instead of something else, you know? 'Cause, like, why on fucking earth would you, would you ever put elemental resistances on armor, but then, like, and, like, have, like, for instance, the blast damage resistances on Deadeye armor, they literally make it complete ass. Like, because that slot could be filled up by anything else, you know? And then you have Moonreaver armor that has, like, conditioning and weighted strikes, and it's like, wait a second, those are both useful in some cases. This armor is just automatically, like, if, basically, it doesn't mean that the armor itself is always better, you know, because Moonreaver armor is situational, but it means that its keywords are better, like, just period, because, like, it has two useful keywords, you know, it has weighted strikes, it has fucking conditioning. It doesn't have useless bullshit on it. Same with, like, Shroud and Rezakiri, they don't have useless bullshit. And then you look at, like, the fucking Deadeye, and it's like, why would I wear this shit? You know, like, only the gloves have the two good keywords on them, right? And then you look at the gloves of everything else, and it's the same way. So, on the one hand, you've got one armor slot that is always going to have good keywords, the gloves, but it's the same for every piece of armor. So you can't take the good armor from one armor set and put it onto another armor set. You have to use the fucking, you know, only one set of gloves. So you can't have, like, the good bonuses from Embermane and Deadeye and blah blah blah. They obviously intend for you to wear one set of armor at a time, you know, but if you do that, you're literally among. Like, it's so bad to wear just one set of armor. Like, I mean, to wear, like, all from one set. I don't mean one set. I mean, like, all Deadeye or all Rage Tail or all Reza. Oops. I love iframes, dude. I love iframes. No, it isn't Young. He's low. He's gonna run or something. Man, I'm pretty proud of myself. I just went on like a god tier level rant, and I could keep going. Shroud Sword is just the best sword, period, end of story. Doesn't matter what cells you're using, it's just the best sword, period. Shroud everything is the best, period. There's no situation in which a shroud weapon is worse than another weapon. Even in shroud, literally, if you're good enough to stay at 20% HP non-stop, the 50% damage bonus is so absurd that it's just never not the best. You could never make up for it with another cell or another weapon. It's just way too powerful. It needs to be changed. Because it literally just precludes the use of any other weapon if you want to kill things as fast as possible. On top of that, like, yeah, I'm just very tilted at the way things are right now. I don't mind the weapon balances. I think they're okay. But elements are fucking garbage. That needs to be looked at. Like, I swear to God, I wish, like, I could somehow join the Phoenix Labs team as a consultant. And just be like, no, you guys are fucking up. Fix it. Because I don't think that they play their game. Or else they would realize, like, what they were doing. And the people that they talk to are all in the speedrunning community, which is totally fine. Like, yeah, speedrunning is difficult, like, yeah, respect, whatever. But that doesn't mean that they have the best grasp of the game in terms of the average player, right? And, like, yeah, if I really wanted to, you know, I could go do speedruns. Like, it's not that hard, okay? It just takes a lot of practice, and, like, you have to just do the same thing over and over again until you do it perfectly. And then you record all of your attempts, and, you know, like, one of them turns out well, and then you're good to go, right? But, like, fucking iframes, dude. No, I haven't. The devs don't suck. The devs aren't in touch with their game. Like, the devs are good at their jobs, I think. They just don't play their game because they're so busy making it. Because it's still in beta, you know? Like, I like the devs that I've met. They're very nice people. They seem to, you know what they're doing to some extent. But, like, not as far as balancing the game is concerned. Which, maybe it's not their concern right now. And as far as Reddit, I don't even know what my Reddit info is. I had an account one time a very long time ago. I was submitting things for a video game, like community artwork type shit for implementation as like weapon skins and whatnot. So I had to have a Reddit account to do it. But well, yeah, just people didn't, you know, like it's the same shit with people equipping a shitload of any other cell. You just didn't realize. Because he doesn't work on balance. That's not his job. He works on map design, which is actually one part of this game that I think is fucking sick, actually. But it's just like, and so he is somebody that would actually have an excuse for being newbie, but he's actually not even that newbie. He just didn't know about the how the cells worked because he played the game way back when cells didn't even exist, and then he came back and he didn't know what was happening. You know? Oh, I should have revived him, but whatever. Oh, you little shit, dude. Why are you fucking over here? Whatever. Like, the thing is, like, I don't want to type out some giant post about this on the forums because, like, I'm too lazy. Like, I would make a video about it all, but I don't even know if you're allowed to link YouTube videos on the forums or not, like, for that kind of shit, because it's not like I give a fuck about self-promoting. I don't want to have to write it all out, you know? And yeah, because there's so much that needs to be fixed. It's like, it would be several pages, honestly. What the fuck? That shit chased me. Yeah. I know, you're a grumpy little badger, beaver, lizard thing. Stop. The thing is, like, Dauntless right now needs to be focusing on player retention more than anything else. It doesn't matter, like, what plans they have for their game at this point, and, like, how good they think it will be, because it's already an open beta, which means the majority of the people that would play it have started playing it already, right? And that's the real danger of doing a game in open beta, because if people play it now and think, oh, this game doesn't have much content, what's going to happen is they're not going to play it for a few more months, right? They're not going to be back into it for a little while, which means that basically you've lost a, oops, I'm dead. You've lost a big part of your player base, right? And because they're not retaining their players by fixing things that they, you know, need to fix. It's just, yeah, I'm sure that, you know, people that liked this game and got bored of it will come back, you know, in a few months when there's more content, but how do you make money in the interim? Sadly, Warframe is in one of its stagnant stages right now. It's a really a great time to come back to the game, because you can catch up before Fortuna drops, sometime at the end of the month or beginning of September maybe. But until Fortuna drops, I have like very little to do, except farm Forma, which fuck farming Forma. That's just, my soul hurts. That's why I just buy it with platinum, but you know, out of platinum, and I'm way too lazy to sell all the prime mods in my inventory. Jesus, dude. Who else am I inviting? Oh, Gray, okay. Yeah, Warframe is pretty cool. But yeah, the devs need like somebody or some group of people that are like actually in touch with the game to be like prioritizing some of the shit that they need to do. I don't know. You knew about it already? Apparently there was some sort of teaser for that, or some like leak or something. So a couple people weren't surprised by it, but I don't really keep up with that shit. So like I just, once I have nothing to do in Warframe, I just quit for a while until there's something else to do, and then I go back to it. Oh, okay. I don't even know what a Sunday Steve is, but I can guess, and just guessing it's like a thing he does on Sundays that talks about shit. Might actually just make a post about this sometime. I'm gonna like write all the shit. I'm gonna maybe get a lot of hate for this, but okay. I don't play Destiny. I played it on PS4, so like I actually like Warframe much more. I think it's a much better game. I think it has like somewhat honest developers. However, the mechanics, the shooting mechanics of Destiny and how the guns feel and the graphics, I like much more than Warframe. But everything else about the game I hate, so I just love how the guns feel. Like I said, I think like the graphics in Destiny 2 are really nice. I like how they do their armor design and stuff. Like I think aesthetically the game is great. But just everything else about it is so aged that it's not worth it. Yeah, literally. That about sums up the game. I've heard the raids are okay, but I've heard that they're a bit repetitive, and after you do them, then there's just no point in playing anymore, so... Because the PvP is apparently just complete ass. Oops. Oh look, iframes don't work. Cool. Oh look, they worked that time. Oh hey, they worked. Oh, look at that. They didn't work. By the way, if you guys are using swords, you can just face tank all of his charges and boop him with your left clicks. It's pretty doable. It doesn't matter if you take damage, you end up doing more than you get, so it doesn't like make a difference. I can't because I don't have weighted blades on yet, or I would. Nice. I'd say it's a severe edge in looks. Almost every Warframe in the game looks like total ass, and the deluxe skins are only now becoming like somewhat aesthetic. The guns in Warframe are also only now becoming somewhat like pleasing to look at. Generally the weapons have always looked like shit, and the Warframes just look like completely malformed chicken legs or something. And combat heals are seriously aggravating. Like, I literally cannot think of a female Warframe that does not have combat heals. I don't like the arms on the Nidus skin, but everything else is nice. I like the kind of Lovecraftian theme. Also, Warframe is just such a huge learning curve for new players that it's like, unless you have a friend forcing you to play the game, there's a good chance you're not going to get into it. Either that or you're a masochist. How have I managed to wound this thing? What the fuck? If you guys let me get a gold Slayer medal with like rank 2 Deadeye chain blades running wound damage, I hope that you can never look yourselves in the eyes again. Like, you know, in a mirror, I mean. Yeah, Warframe's community is pretty cool, actually. I do very much dislike all the importance that people seem to put on MR, though, because it doesn't mean anything in most cases. Like, neither does time played or any of that shit, but, you know, if I were to, like, go into a mission and tell a Limbo running max range in a defense that he's being detrimental to, like, the progress of the mission, and he was higher MR than me, he would be like, dude, you're lower MR, shut the fuck up. You know? Like, it's kind of tilting. Yeah, exactly. Well, defense is... Limbo does great in defense if you run a fucking... like, reduced range max duration build. He's really good. But you don't want to cover the map with your ultimate, like, ever. I can't even think of a time that it's good to do that, no matter what you're playing in. People just like... I mean, I've done it before to troll people, but it's not actually... Did I... I'm a legend. Defense is only a DPS game mode if you're playing bite-sized Warframe. Otherwise, it's definitely not a DPS game mode. Nothing in Warframe is like specifically for one or another. If you're not doing bite-sized. If you're doing bite-sized Warframe, then you can just use whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, he is, but the thing about Limbo is if you're using your max range, one, it's reducing your strength by a shitload. Two, there's no reason to do it, because all it does is give your ulti higher range, which, that's nice, but it doesn't last any longer, which means it just gets smaller faster. And so if you had a smaller ultimate and you put it on an objective, it would, you know, last just as long as it would if you had a larger ultimate. The only difference is it takes the enemies a year to get to the objective in the first case. I think any frame can do anything. You just can't, like... if any frame can do anything, then it's more... You have to know what skills are going to be detrimental in a mission, though, you know? Like... It doesn't mean every frame is good at everything. It just means that you can do anything with any frame. Up to a point. In bite-sized Warframe. Well, I'm saying bite-sized Warframe. You know? Like, there really is no specialization in bite-sized Warframe. It does not exist right now. Yeah, but there is actually no need to be useful in Warframe's current meta. It does not exist. Because the current meta is 20-minute games, where the enemies never scale. So, you can literally just... Dude, I've taken... You know that, that alert that was out recently for the Riven mod? It was like the Exilus enemies. It was like an Exilus stronghold or something, an interception Exilus stronghold. You know what I'm talking about? It was like... last week. I took an unleveled Necros into an Interception Grineer Exilus Stronghold, okay, with an unleveled recently formed, Eximus, whatever, yeah, sorry, I'm tired, with an unleveled recently formed, like, Pandero, okay, yeah, and I got 50% of the damage, and the least deaths. We didn't have any CC frames, everybody was trying to damage. A fucking unleveled Necros and a recently formed unleveled Pandero. Like, you in Warframe's current meta, you can do any of the content without being specialized. You don't... You can literally take a fucking Lotto 18, but I have some tests stacked up. I just haven't bothered doing them yet. Because I don't give a fuck about it. But... like, you can take a fucking Lotto into a sortie without a Riven on it, and, like, theoretically complete the sortie. Like, that's how trivial the content is at the moment. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not even it's not even that. It's like, yeah, it will, but there's no difficulty scaling in Warframe right now that actually impacts the average player at all. Warframe's current meta is, like you're saying right now, get it done fast, right? Not get it done, period. And that's, like, really bad for a game to begin with. Because it devalues every single aspect of the game. If you pick a Warframe because it does something faster than the other Warframes, then it's like, you know, you're just trying to get through the content. You're not even being forced to pick things based on their success rate. You're being forced to just try to get it over with. You know? It's like running Tragic Echoes in Dauntless. There's no possible reason to use that unless you just want to kill things and get it over with. Because it's actually really ass for success rates. You only use it if you're, like, pretty sure that you're going to do well, you know? Oh shit, my puppy just threw up again. I think she's pretty sick. Might actually have to take her to the vet, so give me a minute.